Solved. Child beauty pageants adversely affect the contestants. Helen Keller once said, "The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen nor touched but are felt in the heart." We believe that child beauty pageants can cause serious psychological problems in the contestants. Wunderlich, Ackard, and Henderson, all experts on the topic, gathered information from many women about their previous pageant experiences. Compared to other women, this large group of pageant participants had much higher rates of distrust in others and problems regulating their impulses. Even though none of the surveyors were currently in pageants, the psychological effects of these competitions stuck with them throughout their later years. Pageants practically force kids to become mini adults, and no child, no matter how much bronzer her mom can cake onto her face, should miss out on those childhood experiences that are bound to last a lifetime. According to Laura Agadoni, author of How Do Child Beauty Pageants Affect a Child, the average cost of a pageant dress is $1,000, and some can cost up to 5 times that. Along with the pageant dress, there is usually an entry fee that costs up to $200, wigs and extensions, spray tans, and of course, hair and makeup. Some pageants even require multiple outfits for different categories, which pushes the price up astronomically. Not only is this financially straining, but the loss of money could take away from family vacations, plus sports and other activities. The loss of money could result in the contestant's siblings not being able to do the things he or she wants to do, unless the siblings want to compete in pageants as well, in turn, putting the family under even more financial stress. Spending time together is very important in a family, and pageants could potentially get in the way of that family time. Financial strain within a family is something that can be avoided, so unless you're a multimillionaire with loads of free time, I suggest staying away from the pageant world. Not only are pageants expensive, but beauty pageants cause young girls to believe that their physical appearance is what matters most in life. How could they not? They win loads of money, trophies, crowns, and prizes for being beautiful. But how much of that beauty is actually real? Spray tans, hair extensions, flippers, glitzy outfits, and tons of makeup are all part of the ultimate pageant experience. In the show Toddlers and Tiaras, there's almost always one mom who is practically having a heart attack as her daughter is prancing around on stage because a jewel from her dress is missing or her fake teeth are loose. Karen Cataline, a mental professional, states she's not against children dancing and singing on stage, but they should be taught to dance and sing in age-appropriate ways. Society's pushed the envelope too far in allowing children to act and compete in this way. She also discusses how the mini Miss beauty pageants were debated after a 2010 photo spread of a 10-year-old girl in heavy makeup, very high heels, and extremely tight clothes, pouting provocatively. This is significant because if parents sexualize their children when they're this young, they'll grow up thinking that it's normal to live this way. The kids might end up doing sexual things early on in their teenage years, which is high-risk behavior. In a recent survey conducted by experts on the psychological effects of beauty pageants, 62% of girls in pageants are struggling with body dissatisfaction. Another astonishing discovery is that in a room full of 25 women, only one considers herself attractive. Basically, it's important for these pageant queens to understand that real beauty can't be distinguished by a certain amount of points. In fact, it can't be measured in pageant points at all. Real beauty is internal and can't be graded by 4 judges watching a 3-year-old shake her booty and make pouty lips on a stage. Right from when a baby girl is born, she is force-fed society's unrealistic standard of beautiful and is expected to strive to reach it. Ideas become instilled into little girls' minds that having that extra hairpiece is the key to getting through life on their own, and it's not. Child beauty pageants can and will cause negative problems for the competitors, and these tough competitions need to be kicked to the curb in order to stop our youngest generation from being damaged even further.
My opponent may say that pageants sexualize the young girls that compete, but I disagree. Pageants do not sexualize kids because when saying that something is too sexual, you have to look at the people around it. To say that people come to watch little girls dance around in swimsuits is completely incorrect. The large majority of the people in the audience are the parents of the girls competing, who I am sure are not looking at the young girls in any sexual manner. Letting girls wear swimsuits to the beach is rarely considered sexualizing kids, and you don't know who is at the beach. This shows that a room full of parents watching their cute young daughters perform cute skits and dances in pretty dresses is not any more sexual than letting your daughter wear a princess dress to the grocery store for fun. My opponent also claims that pageants are too expensive, but I disagree. Pageants cost as much money as other hobbies. Volleyball club at some levels cost anywhere between $1,000 and $5,000. as one of the cheaper club sports. Pageants have many benefits such as life skills and scholarships. However, such as club sports, there are many varying levels depending on how invested you are, the more pricey it gets. Back to the fact that pageants offer scholarships, this is important because it shows that the money you spend can be made up through scholarships. This is significant because it shows that pageants are as expensive as some cheaper club sports, and same as club sports, they are varying level with varying costs. The more invested you are, the more money you spend. Pageants also offer many benefits to make that money back, such as scholarships.
2.5 million girls compete in beauty pageants each year in the U.S. Saying that pageants cause insecurity, have no benefits, and parents force kids into it is incorrect for many reasons. Beauty pageants take a very positive role on child development. Most have scholarships, teach life skills to make young ladies more confident, and many children look at it as a sport. Beauty pageants are very beneficial to young women's future success. According to the Pageants Promote Self-Development, it states that the Miss America organization allows for current title holders at many levels and ages to raise large amounts of awareness to a single cause. This benefits the involvement in organizations and helping the communities. When women have the opportunity to do that, the outcome is a very positive impact on their life. To say that these pageants have no lasting benefits other than the feeling of winning a crown is incorrect. Because according to Allie Bootner, a former pageant queen, she says people are dropping the name beauty pageant and replacing the label with scholarship program. The main focus of some of these pageants are no longer beauty in the traditional sense. It is about finding a young lady who represents the qualities of the organization. This shows that pageants can benefit a young lady's future by the scholarship money she could win to help her future. Another big thing beauty pageants improve is self-confidence, also helping with life skills. In the article, Beauty Pageants Build Confidence and Poise, Becca Horton wrote, pageants help women learn confidence, poise, and sometimes give them an opportunity to make friends for life. She also says, according to the Pageant Center website, contestants' appearance is important, but no more so than their unique personality, ability to get along with others, and their achievements. There are many stereotypes that if you aren't pretty, you won't win. But in real-life circumstances, judges look at more of the unique personality. Pageants can have a very positive impact on skills, like having confidence, communicating with others, and having ladylike skills. Von Hahn, a pageant teacher, stated that his former student, Elizabeth, is competing in pageants and doing it because she loves it. But even if she doesn't realize it, she is also learning skills and developing confidence that will serve her well throughout life, says Elizabeth's mom and her coach, Von Hahn. This is relevant because it shows that Elizabeth is learning life skills and doing something she loves. Therefore, pageants give the opportunity to help pageant kids build a healthier personality and learn the most important life skills a kid needs to know. People need to be aware that pageants are a choice in a sport that makes kids happy. According to an article written by Allie Bootner, she says, to us, beauty pageants range from a weekend hobby to a full-blown sport. The time, effort, training, money that go into preparing for a pageant is just the same with any other sport, and all that doesn't go into doing our hair or choosing dresses. The fact that pageants are a sport illustrates that they're a personal interest. Girls put time, effort, training, and money into it just like going to the diamond to field ground balls or buying basketball shoes. Kids train for activities and so does a pageant competitor. Also, kids do pageants because it's a decision and it's fun for them. In an article written by ABC News, Pageant Boys Competing for Crowns in a Girl's World, Tracy Miller, a pageant mom, says her son Xander is one of the best. I'm always surprised when Xander wins. We mainly do them for fun and because he enjoys doing them. A clear conclusion we can draw from this is that pageants are a choice a kid makes, just like any other activity that a kid wants to get involved in. Many people think that pageants are just girls dancing around on stage in a dress. But in reality, that is a false stereotype to all kids who hear it and want to get involved with the competition. In the end, we can see that pageants are very beneficial to future success, help with self-confidence and life skills, and lastly, that pageants are a choice and a sport.
My opponent may say beauty pageants help give girls self-confidence. However, we disagree. Beauty pageants do not give girls self-confidence. Children are still learning and developing. Putting them in pageants might help maintain the self-confidence they already have, if of course they win. There can only be one big winner in a pageant, and the children and toddlers do not understand that yet. When they lose, all that's running through their mind is what did I do wrong, what could I have done better, and I wasn't good enough, rather than I tried my best. According to Margaret Wolfe Hungerford, a novelist, stated that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. In other words, the young behold what they think is beauty. Many get this idea from losing at a pageant. Because of losses, many young girls suffer from eating disorders, depression, and other psychological problems. Not only in their childhood, but later in life as well. According to Tammy McDaniel, 9 out of 10 girls ages 14 to 15 have suffered from depression. That means that many of the girls who compete in pageants now will be affected eventually. When these children are growing up in the pageant world, feeding off of images of what the pageants think is perfect, they begin to think it's perfect too. My opponents also say prizes such as scholarship money and money for the future are given out to help pay for college, family needs, etc. But we disagree. Pageants do offer prize money, but the scholarships and big prizes that are awarded are only awarded to high placements. Not only this, but the money you usually have to spend in the first place you will not nearly be able to pay off the debt you racked up, let alone pay for a college education. The average amount of money spent on a local pageant can range anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000. We would also like to point out that the money spent on club sports, like our opponents had mentioned, is only for one season. This is every pageant. All of that adds up pretty quickly. Miss America is another example of a pageant that offers scholarships. Yet according to an article on NBR.org, if you're doing it right, the average pageant dress for Miss America should be around $800 to $2,000, just the dress. Shantae Hinton currently holds the title for Miss DC. However, if she competes for Miss DC USA, she will only get $1,000 cash. As you can see, beauty pageants do not help self-confidence, but in fact break it down. And the scholarship and money prizes may help a little bit, but are often not worth the trouble.